Hello everybody, it's Captain Trucker here reporting to you live from the Philippines. In today's video we will discuss why I've decided to raise my son in the Philippines education system in a private school, and also discuss some of the benefits and challenges that expat parents can face in such situations. But we're going to focus on the positives and potentially look at some of the challenges, like I said. But before we do that, I want to show you the day I had with my son and the adventure we had to go get coffee. So stay tuned. Back. Zachary's back.
Ooh, potato.
That's a potato, son. That's correct. Did you eat your lunch?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you can't say hey anymore to the teachers because you're normally very well mannered and behaved. Did you get that from me, son?
Yeah.
I said that once to the drill sergeants in the army.
Ooh.
They didn't kick me out. I left. I told the colonel I wasn't down with the war. Apparently they didn't like that too much. But really, I was just being an American back in 2003 and expressing my, my obnoxious attitude, as most Americans do. And so I told the colonel I thought the war was basically a joke, and it turned out to be so in a sense. I mean, the U.S. was there for many years. In Iraq and Afghanistan and all that jazz. Yeah, this is back in 2003, and I remember the colonel at the time, the colonel of the brigade.
What is colonel?
The colonel is it's a high-ranking military officer, son. And what I'm trying to tell you is that I kind of addressed him the way you addressed the teacher the other day, and that's not how we can talk to our elders and people in authority. Granted, I was 19 at the time, but I would not do that now, son. So, you say Mrs. to the teacher. You don't say, hey, teacher. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now say you're sorry.
Sorry.
Say it sincerely. Now, Zach, do you like the house or not? The first time I asked him, he's like, well, I think I asked him 5 times, and he goes, yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm done. All right, go outside. Go do something productive with your life.
Daddy,
Yeah.
can you go with me, please?
I can. I love you, son. I love you, little guy.
What you do?
Okay. You're the best. Thank you for saying that. You don't want to embarrass us on camera. Okay. Put your shoes on! Now, son, tell me the truth. Are you getting honors? Did you win an award this time in your academics?
Not honor.
What's the difference? One's plural, right?
I do have an honor.
You do? Are you sure?
Yes.
You're going to go on stage so we can all see you on stage accepting your reward?
Yeah.
No, you can't act that way on stage, son. Only I can make silly faces, not you. Hey, you have to behave properly, okay? We need you to be a statesman. You're going to be running for, like, president one day. All right? We don't want them to think you're a goofball, right? We'll make you the genius. I'll do the silly stuff, okay?
I do.
All right, you're going to be the genius, okay?
Okay.
All right, give me a high five. Good man. Son, what did I say about hanging out with negative people?
Don't hang up with negative people.
Hey, Zach, I need to fix my hair. Did I fix my hair?
Yeah.
Does it look good or not?
Did.
Okay.
The good news, we're going to the cafe done. The bad news is it started raining.
Oh, that's not the bad news. We like the rain.
Yeah.
We embrace the rain.
Yeah.
We're like-
can beat the rain.
we can beat the
We
rain.
got the umbrella.
Yeah, we're like Voyagers. We're,
Here.
okay. Wait, why are you giving it to me? Zachary, do you want a cappuccino or Americano? 2 shots of espresso? What do you want? I'm just joking. He doesn't drink coffee. You like those Guinness World Records, don't you?
Yeah, I love this book.
He really likes the Guinness Book of World Records. This was like one of the fattest men in the world, okay? 1978, American taxi driver, estimated by his doctors to weigh nearly 8 times more than the average man. He died at a very early age. This was a big dude. You don't want to eat that much food, okay?
Okay.
But he had a medical condition.
Yeah, but I don't want to eat this one.
Yeah, well, you have no excuse to be that fat.
Daddy,
Yeah.
is that a mango?
Is that a mango? No, that's the inner cells of his fat, son.
What?
It's not mango. You can't eat it. You can't eat human fat. You're not a cannibal.
Cannibal?
Yeah, you're not a cannibal.
I can see water there.
You can see what?
I can see water.
Where?
There.
say raptors?
Yeah.
Oh, the dinosaurs?
Yeah. Come
Oh.
here. Look.
Yeah, we play this game where we pretend to see dinosaurs that aren't there, and then we have conversations with them. Where are the dinosaurs, Zach? Show everybody.
Yeah, they're there.
Are
The
they-
raptor.
What are they doing? Are they following us, or do they just want coffee, or what? What is the raptor?
Dinosaur cannot drink coffee.
Well, what do they want? Why are they here?
But then there's something up there on the roof.
Oh, are they inspecting the construction of that house or that business?
Yeah, yeah. I can see that dinosaur. Wait, there's something there and just landing.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
And there's some on the side of the car.
Well, I think that they're checking on their investment. The Raptors invested a lot of money in that business, and they're
Wow.
foreigners, so it's one of those 60-40
Raptors
deals.
can go have money.
Oh yeah, see, some Raptors have money. Some of them are poor. You didn't know some Raptors are rich? Some Raptor expats got money. You didn't know that? Welcome back, folks. So yeah, we had a good day today. You know, I like playful imagination activities. I kind of do that naturally. It's fun to pretend stuff that's there when it's not there, such as dinosaurs and whatnot. But anyway, let's look at some of the major benefits, first of all, of raising kids in private schools in the Philippines, okay? So number one, you got smaller class sizes and more individual attention. So one of the biggest perks is that, okay, is that teachers can give kids like, more one-on-one attention. So for my son, that's huge because it gives him more room to grow and ask questions and not get lost in the crowd. One of the issues with like public schools in the Philippines is the class sizes, and that's pretty normal in most private schools. So, kids can get lost in the shuffle. Fortunately, my son's naturally as obnoxious as me, so he's good at drawing attention to himself regardless, so I'm sure he would do fine anyway. But yeah, that's one of the benefits. And number two, we got bilingual curriculum. So most of the schools, they do teach mostly in English, but also Filipino. So that way, the kids can get the best of both worlds. So, and that's a good thing. And some people may think, well, Tagalog or, Ilonggo or these other dialects may not be useful in the rest of the world. Obviously, for education purposes, that's a good thing because it increases your cognitive ability and your skills and all that kind of good stuff. And that's a good thing. It's a good skill. You sort of learn to learn. Sometimes in the West, especially America, we have this mentality of, higher education as being like career related, when in reality, we're going to school to learn. Okay, we're going to school to get educated, to learn things, regardless of how useful it is in the real world when, you got job one day and you're 9 to 5. But anyway, the other thing is we got, a lot of character development and personal values. Okay, so, and I can't overemphasize that enough. They really do emphasize like respect and being respectful to teachers and stuff. And that's why it's my fault. Normally my son's very, respectful to the teachers and everything. And he still is. Except I was doing this line at the house after I watched this movie, True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. There was a scene where Arnold's buying this car from Bill Paxton, this car salesman. And he kind of goes around and he spends the day with him and he's charming him. And anyway, at the end of the scene, Paxton looks to Arnold and he's like, "So, what do you think, man? You want the car today? Should we go start some paperwork?" And Arnold's like, "I don't know. Let me think about it." And Paxton's like, yeah, I got some other buyers, but hey, because it's you. I don't know. It's just such a silly line, but I kept saying it. So then my son goes to school and he says hey to the teacher, and I was like, oh, whoa, can't do that. But anyway, the affordability, okay? So the affordability of private schools versus private schools in the U.S., way like a fraction of the cost, okay? Now they got like international schools in the Philippines, these more, I guess, prestigious international schools. But some of them are like grotesquely expensive, into the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars per semester, where you can get the same education at a private school. That's a true story. But there are some challenges we got to be aware of. See, my son's been here for a while, but if you're an expat coming to the Philippines with kids, obviously you could have some cultural adjustment. it's sometimes it's custom, like kids are supposed to stand up when teachers enter the room, sort of military style stuff like that. Although I'm pretty sure they could pick up on that really quick. Supposedly, like mixed race kids sometimes, I guess they could like feel different among a bunch of Filipinos, but I don't really see that. I've just heard that it's a potential thing, but I don't see it so much. Like for, you know, mixed Caucasian and Asian kids in the Philippines, I don't really see that as much of an issue. The structure of the curriculum might be slightly different. So the school system here, it doesn't always perfectly align with what's taught in the U.S., particularly on subjects like history or social studies. So, you know, if you ever want to, you know, go back to the U.S., like, I guess have the kids, like, study history and stuff. And there is limited international school, specifically international school options in the provinces. But like I said, we're doing the private school thing, so it's all good. It's pretty much just the same, dependent. But I'll say this: the other thing that you got to remember, and I talked to an educator about this. He told me that, you know, he told me this many years ago. He said an important thing to remember is to always get your kids a private tutor. Like, you can get private tutor here for like maybe $20 a week, like 1,000 pesos. So my son, he sees a private tutor 3 times a week, in addition to his, you know, schoolwork and classroom time and all that good stuff. So that's a good thing. And we also, I got like individual modules and stuff like that. So he does curriculum in addition to his school. And like, I'm using one called Time for Learning. It's only about, I think it's like $31 a month. But they got, you know, preschool through grade 12, I believe. It's called Time for Learning. And it's a very good resource, I gotta say. So that's a free plug right there. And yeah, so you get the tutor, you supplement with online, you know, learning, and it's all good. You know, you keep them involved. And, you know, they got sports here, of course. I might want to get my son into martial arts one day or something like that. But anywho, there's more, obviously, the major benefits that I think about having kids being raised here in general is, of course, you know, the family-oriented community, smaller communities. You have the collective environment. You got the family involved. You have relatives involved, the in-laws, the aunts and the uncles, the grandparents. They're together a lot, and that's a good thing. And you don't get that as much in the U.S. We tend to be a little bit more segregated and individualistic, even within families. So you get less of that. And, you know, being in a small province or a small community, everybody kind of knows everybody, similar to a small town. And that's a good thing. I like that. So I'm all good with that. Yeah, as far as the culture, man, you know, I'm not really down with the whole thing about, and there's a lot of positive benefits to the U.S. culture, obviously. We're very hard-working people. Many Americans are very honest people. But the middle class is struggling, and there is a, you know, somewhat toxic social political climate going on in the U.S. There is a feeling of isolation, especially like in the suburbs of the U.S., that is a bit of an unrealistic sort of world experience, if you will. Because I do think there's a little bit more of a cultured experience with kids being raised in such countries. And since my son's a dual citizen, he can go back and forth. He can, you know, he's just as American as me. He's got 2 passports and all that good stuff. So he has that benefit. But yeah, I mean, there is tension in the U.S. right now. We all know it. And I'm not going to sit here and, you know, rip on my native land, but I'm not so down with raising the kids in the consumer materialistic culture where a lot of the middle class is stressed out. They don't have time to spend with their own people. And, you know, a lot of these situations, mommy and daddy are busy working, keeping up with the Joneses. And I guess as long as they get their kids in the suburban school and feed their faces and have a shelter, that it's all good. But there's a lot of cost there, you know. There's a lot at cost there. So, you know, like my son's mother, she's been able to be with him 24/7, take him to school twice a day, and all that kind of good stuff. Like she actually, and when I'm here, I go to school with him as well. And that's a pretty cool thing. I mean, the parents aren't in the classroom, but you know, the point is just being actively involved. And it doesn't matter what country you're in. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Kids can get a good education, folks, as long as the parents are involved in overseeing the education. You get the additional online curriculums. Make sure you got a tutor. And it's all good. You know, my son's learning pretty well. Zach, you're pretty smart these days, right? Yeah?
9.
Okay.
9.
He's like screaming. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, his language development is impressive, man. I mean, he speaks English better than... He's shy sometimes when the camera's on. I'm trying to get him more comfortable in front of the camera, but he's very fluid in the way he speaks. His cognitive processes, his logic is getting better. His ability to think, he's very intuitive, and he's getting better at math and all sorts of things. So, you know, I'm excited to see him. I'm proud that he's learning, and he seems to enjoy school. And Zach, you're getting honors, right? You're getting like an honor reward or what? Do you know? Okay, he won't tell me, but we think he's getting an honor this time around. They do a lot of rewards in the schools here. They're like, one of the things you got to be aware of is that they do have a lot of holidays. So there's lots of holidays, okay? So it might not be uncommon to have a day off every other week sometimes and that kind of thing, but they also do a lot of these like sort of conventions or whatever, like these school shows where they go up on stage and they do like, you know, dance recitals and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of gets them used to public speaking. Like my son's very comfortable on stage, public speaking. I mean, when I was his age, I was really shy, believe it or not. I mean, truly, I was shy socially up into my 30s, you know. And did you know that, son?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Don't be so agreeable. But yeah, him though, he's got a lot of confidence on stage for like a 6-year-old, so I'm very proud of him. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say today, folks. It's Captain Trucker. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe. Thank you all for your support as always, and we'll talk to you all soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.